Apple's Unleashed event press invitation is kind of interesting. We get a teaser that's reminiscent of the push to light speed in Star Wars, and the word Unleashed alone tells us that something major and probably fast is about to be, well, unleashed. And listen, we have a ton of rumors over what to expect from this event, but if Apple's iPhone event taught us anything last month, it's that leaks can't really be trusted. I'm not sure if Cupertino was playing some game with that Apple Watch, but it's an indication that what we've heard might happen or might not. So how about if we dive into the list? I'm Jaime Rivera with Pocketnow, and this is our rumor roundup of Apple's Unleashed event for next week. Let's get one thing out of the way first, AirPods 3. We were so sure that these were coming at that September event that we made a full video on them at the time. I'll be linking to that down in the description, but essentially, we can expect a new design that resembles AirPods Pro, but with less perks. I'm not going to hold my breath on these though, as the last time that Apple made an event announcement for any audio products, it was the first AirPods back in 2016 when they killed the headphone jack. The next piece of the puzzle is macOS Monterey. I mean, we did get a complete rundown of everything that's coming back at WWDC, but what's still missing is the release date. If this does turn out to be a Mac event, well, it makes a lot of sense for us to finally get the update. If things go as in the past, it could be that you'll be able to download it right after the event, so we'll be sure to link to our WWDC video with our full compilation of everything you're getting. But alright, I think that if there's anything to be unleashed, it's Apple's rumored M1X chip. Now, by this time, I'm honestly more inclined to think that it'll be an M2, as it's been a year since the M1, and the original M1X rumors were for a spring launch, but since Diego disagrees, we'll call it M1X for the purpose of this video. I think the best place to start here is the new processor itself. I've been calling the M1 a paradigm shift for the past year, and what's crazy is that this is Apple's entry-level processor. According to trusted sources, these new Macs will bring a more powerful and graphics-driven chip with this update, which sort of hints to an X in the name, as that's how Apple historically handles iPads, though, hey, it could also be a Z. This chip reportedly consists of a 10-core CPU that features 8 high-performance cores and 2 energy-efficient cores. When it comes to graphics, we can expect 16 and 32-core GPU options with support for up to 64 gigs of RAM. It also enables support for additional Thunderbolt ports, and I'll be honest, I kind of care more about that than the added cores, judging by my experience with the M1. Let's get into the actual hardware though. Last year we got a Mac Mini with new guts and a killer price tag, but on a dated chassis. Well, a report from Mark Gurman from a couple of months ago claims that a redesigned Mac Mini with this new chip was already in the works. Now, as for the looks, back in May we got some renders from Prosser showing a much slimmer and cleaner design. It's much shorter, and it also gets rid of the expansion circle plate it had at the bottom and replaces it with some rubber strips next to the vent, pretty much like the ones on the M1 iMacs. Now, apparently there's also this sort of plexiglass material on the top of the aluminum enclosure, maybe for durability, but who knows? The renders also show that we're getting a ton of ports, including 4 USB-C ports, 2 USB-A, an Ethernet port, and an HDMI port, and the same charging option we had with the new iMacs. Of course, we're not entirely sure if this will be the exact array, but it would be nice to get. But finally, let's talk MacBook Pros. We've been waiting on these for a long time. According to very trusted sources, we're bound to get a new 14-inch and 16-inch MacBook Pro at this event, both powered by this M1X and rocking new designs. When it comes to the displays, new leaks hint to a possible mini LED panel on both devices, and even some ProMotion love, possibly. As for resolution, we're talking 3024 by 1964 and 3456 by 2234, and I know Apple is weird about those numbers. And I can't really say that I'm excited about Mini LED given my experience with the iPad Pro, but we'll see. Anyways, both of them will bring slimmer bezels to the point where it'll no longer bring the MacBook Pro logo at the bottom. And next to that logo, the touch bar is also gone in favor of function keys. Touch bar, you will not be missed. The webcam is getting a much needed upgrade to 1080p resolution, and with the new center stage FaceTime features that provide wide angle functionality. Now, as for internals, of course, you'll have the M1X powering the show, but it looks like Apple finally wants to give you decent starting specs at 16 gigs of RAM and half a terabyte of storage for the base models. The 14-inch variant will be getting a larger battery, and the 16-inch a slightly smaller one when compared to the current ones, which has now become a secondary topic thanks to Apple Silicon. The overall build will apparently get flatter and will bring improved thermals with larger tools for heat dissipation. One of the things that I'm most excited about is ports. Leaks claim that we're getting 6 of them, including a MagSafe charger, 2 Thunderbolt ports on the left side, another on the right, plus an HDMI port and an SD card reader. You're not gonna hate me. Seriously, I feel like if I'm not talking about a Mac here, and that even extends to how the form factor will behave. It seems that now you can pick whatever size you want, and performance will be exactly the same. Now, as for prices, we don't know much, but since this is Cupertino, I won't expect any less than what we already pay. To conclude, yes, AirPods and a date for macOS Monterey are nice and all, but my eyes are set on those new Macs. Last year, we clearly underestimated Apple's announcement of the M1. I mean, it used to be that Cupertino would always overpromise and underdeliver with its Pro products, but that chip is no joke. If a MacBook Air already makes my $5,000 Intel model look like a waste of money, it's hard not to be excited for what's coming next. That said, in today's question, let us know what you're looking forward to at this event in the comments down below, because I'll admit for me, it's that 14-inch MacBook Pro. Stay tuned for our full coverage of Apple's Unleashed event on Pocketnow.com this Monday, and while you're at it, follow us on social media, subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. You can also follow me on my personal handles to hear me again say that I was wrong about the M1 because it turned out to be great. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.